Next one is flesh, sinews, bones, bone marrows, kidneys. This also earth element. And how many things are there here? 5 also, right? So what do you call this set? Kidney Panca-k. Kidney or kidney Panca-k, okay? Flesh, sinews, bones, bone marrow, kidneys. And then heart, liver, membranes around the lungs or pleural segment. Spleen, lungs. How many icons here? 5, right? What do you call this? It's the lungs Panca-k. Then large intestines, small intestines, stomach contents, done. Okay, notice here, it says stomach content, it doesn't say stomach, because you realize, you got something in your stomach. Okay, this is a bit controversial. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 here, dung quartet. No modern bug ever say dung quartet, because then you feel very comfortable with this. So this is where the very interesting thing happened here. I think it was Buddha Gosha. He added in the brain. So this is the 5th element. It's called the brain Panca-k. Actually, the total here, you count, there are 31 elements. There are 31 parts of the body. 31 is also the number of the planes. Remember? 31 planes. 31 levels of existences. And if you are a numerology guy, 31 will be samsara, suffering, right? State number 32 is nirvana. So it's like a magical number, So this 31 parts of the body, so they say, what do we have? Another one, 32 parts of the body. This is the brain. But what's interesting is that in the Buddha's time, the suttas never pay attention to the brain. The brain was never an important idea in the suttas. So this is just for information. It's all there, not 46. Or whatever else that is solid, solidified, and clung to internally and individually belonging to oneself. This picture is called the internal earth element. Now, okay, next sentence, very important. Now both the internal earth element, that's the one inside you, and the external earth element are simply earth element, or hardness, or resistance. And that should be seen as it really is, with right wisdom thus. This is not mine. This I am not. This is not myself. This is called, I call this disowning the pain. This is a healing process. In Buddhist counseling, we use this kind of teaching. It's called disowning the pain. We suffer because we own the pain. We say, I am suffering, this person is hurting me, disowning the pain. But here we say, it's just earth element. This earth element inside me, earth element outside me. It's the same earth element. They are all impermanent. That's how they are. When one sees it thus, as it really is with right wisdom, one is revolved at the earth element, and the mind becomes dispassionate towards the earth element. Revolved, that means you look at it as this really is, you're not affected by it. Just take it like that. So, you've got to reflect it in an interrelated way. So it's important, let me repeat the process. How you reflect on the 4 elements. First, you identify the earth element in your body. Get hair, body hair, nail, get skin, or just anything you can notice as earth element, hardness. Okay, this earth element inside me, this hardness, is the same earth element around me. Solidity is the same thing. What's hard inside me, what's hard outside me, it's the same. So you begin to see this interconnectedness. They are both impermanent. So you have 2 choices. You can reflect as, this is not mine, this I am not. Okay? But it is easier if you reflect, this is permanent. Because it comes in, and then my cells fall off, I vacuum it, I go to the toilet, right? So I pick back all this stuff. So it comes and goes. I have a process. Whatever is impermanent is unsatisfactory. Whatever is impermanent and unsatisfactory is the non-self, not the self. Of course, nothing happens right now. I don't think anyone has license suddenly. But you go reflecting like this, and one day something happens. Some Veda feeling, some kind of challenging feeling arises in you. You are prepared for it. You begin to understand it more clearly. That's when wisdom arises. Okay? So this is the earth element. Okay, let's read together the water element, because after that it's kind of repetitive already. Are you ready? Number 2, the water element. What pictures is the water element position? The water element may be either internal or external. And what pictures is the internal? Pictures whatever it is water, watery, and clung to internally and individually, belonging to oneself. Namely, bile, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat, tears, skin grease or tallow, saliva, snot, oil of joints, urine, or whatever else that is water, watery, and clung to internally and individually, belonging to oneself. This picture is called internal water element. Now both the internal water element and the external water element are simply water element. And that to be seen as it really is the right wisdom does. This is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. When one sees it as it really is with right wisdom, one is revolved at the water element. And the mind becomes dispassionate towards the water. Okay? So water element. So you have bile, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat. So this is there are 6. So it's called the fat sestet. Okay, fat sestet. And then tears, skin grease, saliva, snot, all of joints, urine. All of joints is something like kind of liquid in the joints. So this is the urine sestet. Okay? So water element, inside you outside, say water element, different color. Okay, fire element now, number 3, fire element. What pictures is the fire element or heat? The fire element is either internal or external. And what picture is the internal fire element? Picture whatever is fire, fiery, clung to internally, individually, belonging to oneself. Namely, that by which one is warm, ages, and burns, and that by which one is eaten and drowned, chewed, and tasted, gets completely digested. Whatever else that is fire, fiery, and clung to internally and individually, belonging to oneself. This picture is called internal fire element. Now both the internal fire element and the external fire element are simply fire element. And that which is seen as it really is with right wisdom thus. This is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. When one sees it thus as it really is with right wisdom, one is revolved as a fire element, and the mind becomes dispassionate towards the fire element. Now look at this passage, 2,500 years old. Look at my italicized words. The definition of fire. Fire element. That by which, what warms us? What ages us? What burns inside our body? In other words, metabolism. So the Buddha and the Buddhists already were aware of this metabolism. Whatever is chewed and tasted get completely digested. It's like the metabolism is there. Okay, now the wind element. 4. What pictures is the wind element? Motion. The wind element may be either internal or external. And what pictures the internal wind element? Pictures whatever is wind and very wind-like, belonging to oneself, namely outgoing winds, downgoing winds, winds in the belly, winds that cause to the limbs, in-breath and out-breath, or whatever else that is wind-like, and clung to internally and individually, belonging to oneself. This picture is called internal wind element. Now both the internal wind element and the external wind element are simply wind element. And that should be seen as it really is, right wisdom that this is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. And once it is as it really is, right wisdom, one is evolved as a wind element, and the mind becomes dispassionate towards the wind element. Right? So you begin to see yourself as what you really are, as earth, water, fire, wind. And then space element. Okay, this one is a bit abstract. Fire, space element. And what we choose is the space element. The space element may either be internal or external. And what we choose the internal space element. We choose whatever that is space, spatial, clung to internally, individually, belonging to oneself. Namely, the ear canal, the nostrils, the mouth cavity, and that opening whereby what is eaten, drunk, taken, and tasted is swallowed, and where it collects, and whereby it is excreted from below. Or whatever else that is space, spatial, clung to internally, and individually, belonging to oneself. This issue is called internal space element. Now both the internal space element and the external space element are simply space element. And that should be seen as it really is the right wisdom that this is not mine, this I am not, this is not myself. When one sees it as it really is the right wisdom, and this evolves, and the mind becomes dispassionate towards the space element. Now again, look at the definition here. Look at the line that says, and that opening whereby what is eaten, drunk, taken, and tasted is swallowed, and where it collects, and whereby it is excreted from below. Today, what we call it? The elementary canal. Like here is defined in the descriptive way. So you can see the Buddha's awareness. So this again is a very wonderful reflection of space within ourselves. And now the sixth one, the last one, consciousness. Then there remains only consciousness, pure and right. What does one know from with that consciousness? One knows this is beneficial. One knows this is painful. One knows this is neutral. On account of a contact that arises pleasure, there arises a pleasurable feeling. When one feels a pleasurable feeling, one understands, I feel a pleasurable feeling. One understands with the cessation of the same contact that arouses pleasure. The pleasurable feeling conditioned by that contact ceases, it is still. On account of contact that arouses painful feeling, and one feels a painful feeling, one understands, I feel a painful feeling. One understands with the cessation of that same contact that arouses pain, the painful feeling conditioned by that contact. He says, it is still. On account of contact that arises neither pain nor pleasure, there arises a neutral feeling. When one feels a neutral feeling, one understands. I feel a neutral feeling. One understands with the cessation of that same contact that arouses a feeling that is neither painful nor neutral. Pleasant, the neutral feeling conditioned by that contact is it is still. Right, there you are. This is the section on 6 elements. So read through this, reflect on it. You don't have to worry about the last 2 elements, just 4 elements already. The number 6 is a bit deeper, nature of mind. So this is as much as our time allows us to cover. In fact, we have covered most of it. So all these elements are interconnected. They're meant for us to reflect on them. A kind of interconnectedness with everything around us. Something like what's called what do you call that? Awareness of the environment. Okay? Interbeing. interconnectedness with all life, ecology, and most importantly, they're all inside. So that way, we're not troubled when we fall sick. We're not troubled when we have difficulty with our bodies, when we age, grow old. Okay? And we are at peace with ourselves. This is a wonderful reflection. Yeah? Any questions? Yes.
Is there a connection between the elements in spirituality here and the 5 elements in the Chinese I Ching?
I suppose, yeah, because when we went to China, China adopted these 4 elements, but then, the Chinese juniors expanded it and added in wood, metal, and so on. Yeah, they're connected in that sense, but they went their own way. I don't know whether Taoism had those ideas of their own earlier or not, but definitely the Buddhists used this, and then Buddhism and Taoism and Confucianism, they influenced each other. In fact, because of Buddhism, for example, there was Neo-Confucianism, you see. And then there were famous monks who were Taoists and who were Confucianists. Some of these very famous monks during the early dynasties, because they were great scholars. So when they teach the Dharma, even today you hear some of these famous monks of China, when they teach the Dharma, you find they will quote Chinese, Taoist suttas also and so on. Because to them, it's just like we would quote Shakespeare and other learned people. But in the case of the Taoist philosophy, as I said, Chinese philosophy generally, they expanded it to include more elements.
Because in the Chinese philosophy, the 5 elements determine every aspect.
Oh, yeah. Then
if you believe it,
that is another area of Chinese philosophy. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, just nice, we finished the very good place. Then after that, we have a couple more short suttas and we finish up. It's quite interesting stuff, a lot of deep teachings also. Alright, so we end here for today. Let us just sit quietly and close our session. Right, once again we are gathered here to reflect on something very important, very vital, very deep and very universal. The nature of our body and mind. Here specifically the nature of our physical body, the earth element. When we reflect on this quality, we begin to understand our place in the universe, the nature of our being. And in that way, we are at peace with ourselves. This is very good mental karma. This is also the basis for wisdom. But above such good karma, may our minds quickly focus. May we be free from pain and suffering. Most importantly, may we attain spiritual liberation, namely stream winning in this life itself. At this moment of peace, to let us send our loving kindness to all those people who are important to us. May more beings come close to the Dharma. May all beings be well and happy.